Doc, I'm seeing faces.
What kind of faces?
Well, they're happening in my dreams. I wake up in the middle of the night unsure of what I've just seen.
What time is this?
It's hard to know. I don't keep a clock by my bed. I have my phone on my desk for the alarm, but
All different times throughout the night, throughout the week? Any patterns?
well, I mean, it's hard to say. I feel like it just happens when I have trouble relating. I was in the supermarket and I was checking out. Thought I had this nice dialogue going with this lady, but
A love interest?
just a person. But anyways, I just want to thank you for coming. It's just I appreciate getting someone out here. It's hard to get people to come to you these days. Feels like it's, I don't know. It feels I get to feel special again, and that's rare these days. It's been so long since somebody really listened. It's hard feeling up to date. I feel like I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. It's just hard in general. I never really get a sense of who's listening and who even cares. You reach out every now and then, but you don't hear a lot back. Yeah. I don't know, I was listening to these interviews from Norm Macdonald back in the day, and I don't know, his irreverent style gave the whole day a little levity. Everything was just heavy. This woman yelled at me at work and just added to the overall dourness. So a lady broke my heart the other day.
Who is this? How did this happen? Where?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to talk about it.
What do you mean you don't want to talk about it? You just brought it up.
I know, but it's like, it's one of those things.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Well, I don't know. I thought I'd have you over to talk, and it's nice to have somebody who would sit here and listen, for real. The interchange of money makes it more serious, so I guess that's why we're here.
But are you here for real results and to make changes in your life?
Well, yeah, ideally. I don't know. It's just let's.
So how can we do that if we're not getting into the details and the honesty and trust and?
I just need to be easy on it, Sensitive. I cared a lot about her. It's 2 years in, I know we've only just been seeing each other, and still, there's some stuff you don't know about me and relationships I had.
Anything you want to tell me?
Not right now.
Okay, Randy, here's what I think. I think you should go a week with no phone, with no news, see how that strikes you. See how it affects you. What do you think?
Wow. That's a lot. I don't know. No phone, no news.
Just for a week. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just give it a shot.
I mean, in some ways, the two, they work together, so I guess getting rid of one is like getting rid of the other, but...
There you go.
But I don't know. I mean, I feel like it would only further isolate me in a cold world.
Think of it more as a chance to engage with yourself than isolation, and really tackle these concerns you've been having, and just give it a shot. Come at it with an open mind, and then next week we'll follow up. It's just a week. It's nothing permanent.
I kind of like that. I feel like I could come around to that idea. maybe the no news, but I don't know about the no phone.
No phone, no news. Let's put them together. Let's take an aggressive approach here.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
I think it's time. I think it's appropriate. If it's too much, we check in next week. But it's just 1 week, no phone. Get off the apps. Get off too much screen. See how it affects your sleep. Like these are all very related. Right?
Or when I just met you, I don't know if I can do both. Both is a lot.
Hey, I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do. But this, from where I see it, I've seen many patients before. The phone really throws them off. The news these days, you know, it's safer to just put it aside and then bring it back in as needed. In my opinion.
All right. Well, I'll think about it. But you know, my mom is coming home, and I gotta clean up before she gets back. Otherwise, she'll be pissed. So.
Sure.
I think that's it for today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and yeah, I'll see you next week.
All right. Take care.
No, not you.
So how's it been?
I feel like things have been better lately. I was reading the New Yorker. There's some funny comics in there. I've always liked them. There's a particular artist, Raj Chast, who I like. She has really good illustrations and always, you know, sometimes heady jokes, and other times they're, you know, just like real easy, basic jokes, but they're just, you know, that's what makes a comic wholesome.
Sure.
This particular one was related to New York, so I liked it. Would you care?
What was it? Yeah.
You care to hear?
Absolutely.
So this one was called Sisyphus the Commuter, and it was, you know the story of Sisyphus?
Sure do.
Excellent. So he was on a train car in New York, and he's pushing a rock through all the commuters. He's going, sorry, excuse me, you know.
Rock hard commute.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Not an easy commute there, but you know, he gets it done. So that was a nice one. I liked it. I appreciated the levity on that. And I don't know. It was just nice to kind of brighten the day a bit.
Reading anything else?
No, nothing. Just the comics, just the comics. I avoided the stuff you said, the serious, the news, just the comics.
No shutdown, no
No.
politics.
What's a Trump?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying attention. No, just the comics.
Just the comics. Very good.
And just the comics. Just the comics.
So how's it been?
Well, I feel like things have maybe improved, but I had a really strange dream the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you about it? I just have a question first. What's with the pipe? Isn't that bad for you?
All in moderation, son. All in moderation.
Okay, well, here's the dream. In the dream, I was with Martha, my old girlfriend, who I haven't told you that much about, but was a real big impact on who I am and the way I operate. And in this dream, we were on a beautiful sandy beach in what seemed to be the Caribbean, but who knows. And everything was going great. It was just an idyllic, sunny summer day. The air was hot and everything was going well. We spent the whole day on the beach, swimming in the waves, eating fresh citrus on the mainland, and I couldn't have been happier. It seemed like this had been everything that I'd been building up for in my life. The person I was with, the place I was at, it was all just right. It was perfect. It wasn't any question of fate or time or decisions or previous choices made that had been regretted. It was all about the singular moment we were experiencing together in a beautiful place, an untouched slice of the world only meant for the two of us. Everything was just absolutely perfect. That is, until we arrived at home. When we arrived at home, there were 2 letters waiting for me. The first was from my parents back in New York, and it said that they missed me, and that my father was being honored for his NASA research. I felt a swell of pride and a true sense of not being there, of missing out on something important. The next letter was from a dear friend of mine who I went to high school with, and it said that his wife had died and that the funeral for her would be in a few days. He said he could really use my support. That one really hurt. I knew I was letting him down by not being there, and that his longing for me to be by his side was just going to be very difficult to fulfill. So I was distraught, and I turned to Martha for support, but she wasn't by my side. I turned around, and she was behind me, just staring. I told her, I need to leave right away. I need to go back and help out. But Erwin, you don't understand. She just kept staring at me. And I told her over and over, I need to leave. I need to leave now. And then she spoke and she said, I can't. That there's no way off the island. And then I woke up.
Is that all? Is there more you can tell me about your past, or something that might give this some context for me to try to understand?
Well, if you want to know about my past, Erwin, I have to tell you another story.
Please do.
So as I mentioned before, I used to have a pretty serious girlfriend. and she worked for various print media companies, and every day after work she would bring some of her work back with her. Various books and newspapers, magazines,
Comics?
even a few comics, although that was always more my thing, but I suppose she probably enjoyed them too. And it was our little thing that we would focus, it's a little strange, we would focus in particular on the faces in these different pieces of print media, whether it be the book or the magazine, as I said. And we would look at the faces and try to determine what emotion they were evoking. And it was really raw. It was a raw experience to share with someone, because once you knew which emotions were linked in this ways, you could tell immediately how somebody was feeling, regardless of what they said.
Is this something that doesn't come naturally to either you or her?
No, I don't know if it doesn't come naturally. I mean, I feel like I related to people well as a child, but it was just something about the sheer intensity of the emotional decoding, you know, looking at people's faces. Everything is laid out there. It's strikingly honest. And now it feels like I can't look at people in the face. I don't get those opportunities anymore. With technology, it's so removed. People are on their phones and looking down and looking away, and I'm having a hard time really feeling a range of emotional response.
Randy, I think you should attempt to look elsewhere to try and find emotion.
Well, what exactly do you mean?
I mean, there are other cues you can look for, like the tone in people's voices, not just the facial or the visual.
That's an interesting idea. Do you think we could practice?
Sure, absolutely. Here, close your eyes. Completely close them. Listen to the tone of my voice. They died because you did nothing. I love you. How did that make you feel?
Reuben, it's me, it's Randy. I'm alone. I'm scared. I need your help, Reuben. I really do. I need you now. I don't know what to do, but I feel trapped. I just can't relate. I try and try. I really do. I was following your tone, and I thought it was getting better, but the faces, I need the faces, but they're everywhere, except where I need them most. Why can't it be like it used to? Please, Reuben, tell me why. I need it to go back. These faces are consuming me.